But we had talked about previously how after Christ kind of organized his church kind of at the end of, and even after his mortal ministry and during the resurrection, there was this great outpouring of the Spirit, where kind of this day or this period of Pentecost, where you had the literal fulfillment of a lot of these blessings, a lot of these things. And in the early church, in the restoration, in this dispensation, you saw a very similar thing happening, where there was essentially this season of Pentecost where you had very literal outpourings of a lot of these miracles, a lot of these signs. And to me, that's a testament of, that's a witness that truth and that restoration has occurred. We've talked about how Christ wasn't necessarily delivering new truth that had never existed on the earth. He was actually restoring truth that had been offered previously, and so even Christ himself was a restorationist, albeit he was also fulfilling things at the same time. But that was the day of Pentecost. That period was a witness to the world that truth has been restored, that authority has been restored to the earth, and the priesthood order is on the earth again. That same thing in that same period happened in this dispensation. You did have more of these physical, outward witnesses of these miracles and these spiritual blessings, And then as that season kind of ends, you do start to see these miracles happening more on the spiritual side, which, as you pointed out and talked about, that is the more important part. That's the more beneficial miracle and outpouring of the Spirit, because you can be healed physically over and over and over again. And that does nothing for you if spiritually you're not healed. And Christ spoke to that all the time. After he'd performed miracle after miracle, he was always focused on, but what about the spiritual healing?
He can resurrect you, but if you can only support telestial glory.
That's right. That's right.
You're not accomplishing the whole point of his atonement.
That's right. And so these things really are meant to focus the mind and the heart on the spiritual healing, and so we don't need to get so
the source of that healing.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. And so, we need to take even these verses here in proper context. And
there's the parable, not the parable. There's the event where they lower the man down from the ceiling, and Christ says, "Your sins are forgiven." Like, that's what Christ was sent here to do. Like, first and foremost, was to free us from sin. Right? He knew that the physical aspect was going to be taken care of through his later self-sacrifice. But he can't, what he was trying to show people is that the Son of God, the Son of Man, has power to forgive sins. And of course they say, well, that's blasphemy. And then he healed them. Why? That was a teaching tool. He was trying to show the world, I'm bringing the forgiveness of sins. That's the higher level. That's what I'm bringing, the spiritual plane. I'm bringing forgiveness. I'm bringing atonement, at-one-ment with the Father. That's what I'm bringing. That's the greatest miracle. That's that there is. And that's what Jesus Christ brought the world. And, and what do we see? He performed all of these miracle signs and wonders, and then that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. It didn't do the trick. So what's the Lord saying here in our day? Well, yes, there will be miracle signs and wonders, but unto all those who believe on my name. Thank you for watching. If you found this content spiritually enlightening, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Like the gospel, these little things make all the difference, and it helps the algorithm push out better content for everyone to enjoy on YouTube.